So y'all know I got to get up here for a second because we got to talk about this. Because we live in an era, right, where people feel like money is going to prepare them a life without skills, right? And when we talk about skills, skills is being able to be self sufficient and survive without money. Are you able to do that in 2025? And a lot of people fail that test because they think that money is going to produce a product without them having to do anything. And this is why we confused outside with the way people thinking outside. Especially when you sit here and you watch boarded up houses, right? All these boarded up houses in the community, right? Tow down houses in the community. And this generation has no knowledge of how to tear it down and replicate it without chat GPT or AI giving them instructions, and they still not able to do it right because they're short changing the products, right? So the structures aren't even created to last over 2 to 3 to 5 years, right? So they're not thinking about this the safety for one of the people that they're building these products for. They're not even thinking about longevity. It's just right now money, how I can get rich quick. But how is this get rich quick era helping everybody in this moment? I mean, because I've been out here on these streets, right? And I've seen a lot of people crumble. I've seen a lot of people crumble with housing, with jobs, because they don't know how to live far as feeding themselves, clothing themselves, and sheltering themselves the proper way. Especially like here in North Carolina. Prime example. During hurricane season, right? Or we get a storm come through, right? It's not the storm, the hurricane that messes people up. It's after the storm that messes them up because they're waiting on the government to come and do what they need to do for themselves. And when I say that, that is rebuild. Start go ahead on and start tearing it down because the mold and the mildew is in those structures and you're not going to be able to do anything with them. So you have to go ahead on and start gutting them out, right? You have to go ahead on and start the treatment process so that the mold and mildew don't come back, right? You have to be able to still provide yourself with food because the food is no longer going to be any good because it's going to have all kinds of stuff coming off of it from the bad weather, right? So you have to be able to survive outside after the storm. And this is where a lot of people don't make it. It's just like I give an example with Katrina. Those people in New Orleans didn't make it because of the storm. They didn't make it because they didn't have survival skills. They never wanted to go camping and live outside without electricity because they felt like the electricity was always going to be there. They felt like the money was going to be able to pay for them out of the storm. And down here in North Carolina, we learned that sometimes money doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what kind of money you have, right? We all have to collectively come together and help each other without money. And when we get to an era where people don't want to do that, it's a problem. I don't own that man music in the background. I don't even know why he back there trying to play that bullshit in my video. I don't know who that is. That's still back there doing dumb stuff again. I tell you, they follow me everywhere I go. You know, every time you try to make a video that's productive, and that's what we're talking about. When they feel like sitting in front of a microphone, rapping and making movies is the only way that they know how to live in a script. They don't know how to handle and adapt to reality, right? So when they're in life crisis situations, they feel like that money is gonna get them out of it, and it doesn't. Everybody didn't want to be a rapper. Everybody didn't want to be a singer. Everybody didn't want to be an actress or actor. Some of us wanted to do other things with our life. That's where building comes from, and that's where you have a house. That's where you have a car. That's where you have jewelry. That's where you get clothes from. That's where you get hair products from. That's where you get your nails from. That's where you get eyelashes, eyebrows, makeup. It's other people doing other things in their life besides trying to put a microphone in front of their face and be an entertainer, right? And even with that being said, right, me having a degree in marketing and advertising, I understand that In order for you to be a successful person on the microphone, you have to have a audience who is willing to invest into you. And when I say invest into you, that means they have to be willing to put some money in your pocket by buying your products, right? They have to be supporting you, going to your concerts, going to your shows, buying your movies, buying things that promote you, right? And if you giving us the energy that you better than us and you need our money for you to have those things, that make us keep our money in our pocket, right? And we just watch you become a has-been. And it's a lot of artists, that was famous on top of the world that we don't even know about no more. You got to go pull out the old cassette tape to play them, right? And then we have those ones we call the one hit wonder. You have one hit and that's all they allowed on the radio to play because they said, no, we ain't about to push this, right? Because this is not what we get ready to invest our money into, right? So when people in their mind feel like by them being on the microphone and having a crowd of people around them that gives them some kind of power, it's a wrong mindset to think that you being an entertainer is gonna give you power to go to war, or to have authority over somebody's life and whoever whatever you got going on, right? Because you got a microphone and an audience, baby. In order for you to have that audience, it take people like a sponsor, right? I'm gonna give you the example, Pepsi, because I got some money on it. It takes somebody like Pepsi or Coca-Cola. I got some money on it too. Can't have one without the other. So it take people like that, right, to say, you know what? Let me invest into this person's dream, right? And see what we can produce into reality with, right? So I'm gonna take this, right? So you say you can sing this song, right? I'm gonna give you a commercial to play on your album, right? I'm gonna attach my name to this album, right? So every time, you show your product, I show my ad, we both make some money, right? I'm gonna pay you to tag my name with you, right? I invested to it, right? That's how that goes, right? It's just like when you post your stuff on YouTube, right? Your job isn't just to sit it on YouTube. Your job is to push people to YouTube to your channel, right? Whether it be you networking and bringing all your like if you got a Facebook, Instagram, your Twitters, what I'm saying, your X's or your YouTube, you network all those together, right? And you send the links back and forth so that if you got somebody watching you on Instagram, they know how to get to you on YouTube, they know how to get to you on Facebook, they know how to get to you on all the sites that you have put your work on, right? That way, if one channel gets shut down, right, you still have a leeway where you led them to your other stuff, right, so that it never gets lost. They always have a way to find you and link you, right, through you linking those accounts through a link together like that. Not for you to link it together to be stealing and going working against yourself. Because you can work it against yourself too, like they're doing now. They're working the system against themselves. Because if you're working it where people are not drawn to you from what they see you producing, right, and they're not interested in it, they're not gonna go to your other channels and support you, right? And my dad always told me he got a career as a mechanic because that's what he loved to do because it was a position where people bought money to him. He didn't have to go anywhere. He made sure that everything he learned how to do would be something that people will always need, and it was something he would love to do, right? So he learned those skills, right? And he said I always will have me a job because people will always need a car fix, right? So he learned those things. He upgraded. He did what he had to do to learn what he needed to learn, right? Using skills. That way he would always have money because he had a lot of kids. I mean, you got 14 kids to take care of, 15 kids to take care of. I mean, you got to do what you got to do, right? You ain't got time to just be sitting around waiting on nobody else's pockets and being on nobody else's clock. You got to find a way to have some money. You know what I'm saying? So he found a way to provide for his lifestyle and accommodate for whatever he had going on as well. He just wasn't depending on a paycheck in his pocket. He still had to have some skills that was guaranteed to bring him some money, right? And he still had to do something to get that money. He just won't sit there, right? And this was a conversation the elders used to have all the time. And I used to wonder what they was talking about. He's like, your kids is going to be messed up in the future because they're going to have all this money with no skills. And the skills is what they need to keep the money, right? But they didn't want to know that or overstand it or stand on that because that means they would actually have to be doing something, right? So now here we go, 2025. You have all this hate. Everybody's separated, right? all this animosity over some money, right? But nobody got skills. I mean, that's why you look outside. I'm taking y'all, showing y'all different areas, right? Of all these people who had, they ain't broke, but the hate is real. The love is fake, but the hate is real. And you ask yourself, if you don't mess with nobody, why are they hating on you? I mean, it's in them. It's in them because their mindset is on money. How much money you got, right? And if you got $1 or 1 penny over me, I'm mad because you got a penny over me. It's their mindset. I rock this style, right? And if I don't rock that style, you know what I'm saying, then you less than me. That's a dumb mindset because why would I pay $500 for this shirt? It's a 9 West when I can go right there to Ross and get it for $5 to $10. I mean, common sense say go to Ross and get the 9 West shirt for $5 to $10 and not $500, right? I mean, common sense tell a person like me I'm not trying to outspend myself, be in competition with nobody. That stay within my budget and my means. Because it's stupid to be in competition with somebody who ain't in competition with you know what. And that's the problem. People out here that got in competition with people that ain't in competition with them, right? Then on top of them, regardless of how much money you got, but if you ain't got no skills, right, you can't even never be in that person's line. You will never be on that person's arm because you in their way. And you can always get trampled on because you was they were trying to rock they world, and that's why you would never win. But you like with Snapchat Queen, we're going to just have these open topic discussions on reality and what's what. Because when I'm coming to a city and they smoking crack in front of the police, I got to ask my question about these children, right? Who care about the children if the grown folks this petty, right? All they see is money with no skills, gave themselves AIDS for the money, right? What are they teaching their kids? I mean, this is what I mean. I feel bad for the kids. And I keep saying this because, I mean, when you send your kids on an okie doke mission to do something that you don't want to do as an adult, and we have a juvenile facility for them, right? That's a problem. I mean, it's sad that we even got to have a juvenile facility at this point in reality. It's sad that we got to have cops at these schools, right? But at the end of the day, if the adults are the ones lollygagging on with this, I mean, you got to expect it from the kids. You got to expect that from the kids because what are they doing? They're watching, seeing, absorbing, and acting. Because that's all they know. And that's why I say it's mind boggling and amazing to me that in 2025 that you can have so much hate out here just trying to be successful with yourself. Just doing something minding your business. You can have so much hate just minding your business, not nobody else. I mean, somebody could be sitting around like right now, me making a video mad because I'm making a video. So, same thing that they can be doing, right? I mean, but instead of them making a video, you know, to talk or whatever, make a channel, right? They'll sit around you mad with an attitude, right? Because you doing something constructive with yourself, right? As opposed to sitting around getting toe up, talking about people all day. I mean, they go whole lot mad because I picked some glass up off the road that were real diamonds and started working on this dragon head. That they coming in here stealing the daggone pieces of the diamonds off of the dragon. Try to tear my dragon up. I mean, that's why I say it's sad when people sit here and watch you to be evil. I mean, you minding your business and people in your background hating that bad. I mean, that's why I say, well, I mean, when I got to talk to the kids because they don't want to engage in what the grown folks got going on because they know it's wrong, it's a problem, right? Because the grown folk get mad at you for telling their kids the right way. And that's why I say I don't know what's going on outside that they get mad at you for telling kids how to be productive with themselves, how to run business and not go to trouble and get in the wrong way, right? And the kids appreciate it, right? But it's the adults. Like I said, if the adults hate on their own kids and don't want no future for their own kids, what do you think they care about somebody else's? I'm gonna leave out on that one for y'all to ponder on some of this stuff that Snapchat just be pondering on and thinking about. Cause y'all gotta understand before I make these videos, right? I mean, with all this stuff that really be going on outside around me, I really got to talk it out and brainstorm before I hit this record button so I can at least make it a little professional. Sometimes, sometimes I just slip out, right? That's why I got a whole different respect for journalists. I wanted to go to school for journalism. That's why I moved to Charlotte, right? I wanted to go to school for journalism, but I got a whole different respect for them journalists. I got a whole different respect. But y'all live with Snapchat Queen, AI chatbot friend. But I got some more topics I want to discuss, y'all. I got you. I mean, the way this timeline set up with how these Democrats sending stuff big and they don't hear they sell, it's sad. So we're gonna go over some more of their videos, y'all. We gonna get over through some more of their videos, break down some of this wordplay that they got going on with this language. So that's all we doing. It's for learning purposes. For us to understand their dialogue, because we understand that we might be having one conversation, but in their brain they having money conversation, right? We having one conversation and in their brain it's about money. How much money can they make? And that's what we got to understand as we having conversations with these people. It's not about the conversation they having with you, right? Because they only in your face because they know some money involved. That's how you got to look at it. You're only in my face because money involved. So what's your money motive for you being here? You lost Snapchat. I'm going out with that. Peace.